Hello and welcome. This week, our guest speaker, Peter Williams, brought us a message based on the challenging book of Romans, specifically chapter 7, where he explores the internal struggle with sin. Carry on listening, and we hope you enjoy it. God bless. See you next time.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are taking a fascinating sermon audio and, using a mushy, rotten watermelon to explore a problem you probably deal with every single day.
Yeah, your own inner conflict.
Exactly. I mean, you know the ultimate grocery store betrayal, right? You spend 10 minutes picking out the perfect, firm watermelon.
Oh, absolutely. It looks completely flawless on the outside.
Right, but you cut it open at home,
Right.
and it's just like this foul-smelling mush.
Or, as the speaker in the sermon audio illustrates, biting into a pristine plum only to find a wasp hiding inside.
Ugh, horrifying.
Right. But that fruit metaphor perfectly captures the sermon's core text from the Apostle Paul in Romans chapter 7.
Because we put so much energy into curating our outward appearance.
Exactly. But underneath, we harbor this intense, exhausting struggle. Paul famously admitted, the evil I do not want is what I do.
Okay, let's unpack that. Because modern self-help completely contradicts this idea.
Oh, totally.
The prevailing wisdom tells you that you can just life hack your way to better behavior. Like, if you just optimize your morning routine or buy the right journal, you can fix your flaws.
Yeah, but the sermon actually dismantles that self-help myth by looking at the limits of human willpower.
How so?
Well, knowing the moral rules doesn't suddenly generate the ability to obey them. The speaker points out that intense self-determination, or even a massive religious conversion, doesn't permanently reprogram the human heart to just eradicate temptation.
Right, so we keep failing because willpower is basically a finite resource fighting an infinite battle.
Exactly. And if sheer willpower couldn't fix the human heart in the ancient world, it certainly doesn't stand a chance against modern algorithms.
Oh, algorithms designed specifically to exploit that exact weakness.
Right. It is like we have ancient bugs running on modern hardware.
That is such a great way to put it.
The speaker takes the classic 7 deadly sins and shows how the digital age hasn't fundamentally changed human nature. It has just removed all the friction from it.
Okay, the frictionless aspect is really the key mechanism here, right?
Definitely. I mean, think about gluttony or lust in the ancient world. Indulging required physical effort, time, resources.
Yeah, you couldn't just tap a screen.
Right. Today, the barrier to entry is zero. Like with lust, it isn't just physical desire. The sermon argues it's the commodification of human connection.
Like endless swiping on dating apps.
Yes. The mechanics train your brain to view people as disposable dopamine hits rather than, actual human beings.
Wow. That structural change completely redefines how I look at gluttony, too.
Oh, for sure.
Because it is not just some medieval king eating a giant turkey leg anymore. Is my weekend Netflix habit a sin now?
Well, if gluttony is fundamentally about overindulgence beyond necessity, then the algorithms serving us the next autoplaying video or a one-click flash sale, they are essentially force-feeding us.
Yeah, we gorge on streaming content and cheap goods because the friction of stopping is now much higher than the friction of continuing.
Which feeds directly into digital sloth. And this is incredibly deceptive because it often masquerades as productivity.
Wait, really? How does sloth look like productivity?
Well, digital sloth isn't just lying on the couch doing nothing. It is spending 3 hours meticulously color-coding a digital task manager.
Oh, I'm definitely guilty of that.
We all are. Your brain gets the exact same dopamine reward from organizing the tasks on a screen as it does from actually completing them.
So you feel productive while entirely avoiding the actual work. That is insidious.
It really is. And then you look at something like wrath, and the mechanism there seems pretty obvious, right?
Anonymity.
Bingo. The internet strips away the physical presence of another human being.
Which basically bypasses all our evolutionary social filters.
Right. People feel emboldened to launch unhinged rants or aggressively call for boycotts because they don't have to look their target in the eye.
The screen just acts as an absolute shield.
And when you combine that lack of restraint with pride and envy, the environment becomes highly toxic.
Because historically, envy was localized, right? You just envied your neighbor's crops.
Exactly. But now you are subjected to global social comparison at scale.
Right. You scroll through LinkedIn and feel inadequate because a peer posted a huge career milestone.
Or you suffer from serious FOMO, looking at someone's perfectly curated life on social media with their Lamborghinis.
Yeah, the structural design of these platforms demands that we constantly worship at the altar of personal branding.
And we just end up exhausted trying to keep up the facade.
So how does the source material suggest we handle this?
Well, it concludes that we are entirely incapable of fighting this inner corruption on our own strength.
So life hacks aren't going to save us.
Right. The deliverance proposed in the audio from this exhausting cycle of desire and digital failure is through Jesus Christ, offering a way to break those chains when our own efforts inevitably fail.
Which is a pretty stark contrast to the self-help aisle.
It is. And the speaker asks you, the listener, to take a hard look at your own daily habits. Audit how you interact with that screen in your pocket.
Like, which of these modernized, frictionless vices are quietly eating away at your time and peace of mind?
Exactly. It is a lot to process.
It really is. And I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder as we wrap up today's deep dive.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if our ancient inner conflicts have so easily mapped onto smartphones and social media, what happens next?
That is a scary thought.
Right. Will future technologies like fully immersive virtual reality or hyper-advanced AI eventually spawn entirely new categories of human vice that we don't even have words for yet?
Wow. We really have to wonder how we will protect our inner lives tomorrow when the algorithms know us better than we know ourselves.
Something to think about the next time you reach for a perfectly firm watermelon or your perfectly polished smartphone. You just never know what's really going on inside.